Hi Sagittarius, and happy birthday! This is your forecast for the month of December 2016. This is a general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, or Sagittarius Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So Sagittarius, thank you for taking some time to spend with me. The first week of December is an important week for you. It's a major card. And there are some control issues this week. This could be a week where you're dealing with important male authority figures, your father, a husband, somebody that holds some kind of position of power or importance. This could be an employer or somebody who owns property, like the landlord. Just someone in power. This could also be a company. This could be any entity of authority that has some measure of influence and control over you. So this is going to be a week about self-assertion, power, and how it's used. So you may be very focused on achieving something and building something up. You want success, you want respect, you want stability. And you are using your rational mind to achieve your ambitions. So this is a week about showing leadership. Now, some of you may be getting some kind of extra authority. Maybe you're being handed authority or leadership position. Maybe you're getting a job promotion, or you're trying to establish some type of project and put it on solid footing. Some of you may be dealing with the government in some way. So whatever it is, this is a week where, again, control issues are going to make you feel some type of strong emotion, and that's going to rise to the surface, and you're going to be very protective about whatever it is that is important to you, that gives you a sense of security and makes you feel as if you belong. So you are really going to be very direct and intense, and you're going to want to know the truth about all things. You're going to be looking for answers. And again, you may be asked to take charge of something. This is a week where you're going to be more assertive, even if you hadn't planned to. So you're going to say exactly what is on your mind, and maybe at times without even thinking. But you're able to apply great mental energy because you're probably having a week where there are a lot of demands being put upon you, but you're ready to meet those challenges. Now, for others of you, this could be a week where it's difficult for you to gain control. You may be so bent on having things go in the direction that you want to, that you're trying to push them, or you're just trying to move things faster along than they should be, and it's creating more problems for you. So beware of becoming too intense or self-righteous or feeling as if your position is the only way, because then you may find yourself socially, emotionally isolated from others. Because this is a week where there's some things you actually don't have control over, some things you can't change. And the idea that you have control over something that you don't can be creating some inner turmoil for you that's affecting you physically. Be sure that, again, this need for power is not driving you to be petty or overly controlling or too demanding of other people. Because again, in the end, you may find out that maybe you don't have as much control. sometimes it's best to just allow things to unfold naturally. But this is a week, either way, where your leadership is going to be tested or rewarded. So you could be feeling very successful right now. You could be seeking recognition. You could be riding high on the wave of your success. But for some of you, this is a need to appreciate yourself and love yourself. There may be things that are beyond your control, and that's okay. Now, the second week, you have the Six of Wands. This is one of my favorite cards. It means that you have some kind of victory. You're winning. Maybe you've reached your goal. There's been a breakthrough and you feel this rush of excitement because of it. This is the culmination of your efforts, and whatever has happened has made you feel like, as if you're on the right path. You're inspired to keep going because you're receiving some success, some acclaim. You're in the spotlight. All eyes are on you, and this could be good news. But this doesn't come about solely on your own. And maybe that was the key to last week, trying to control everything. This is a victory that comes about with the help and assistance of others. So you're going to get a variety of unexpected opportunities that will allow you to show the best of yourself, all of your virtues, your leadership skills, how great of a friend you can be, your loyalty, and your ability to cooperate with others. And your use of your own personal resources and characteristics will allow you to come in contact with people who can help you and advance your interests. So again, any number of victories, large or small, with and through people at work or at home, and simply by asking for help when you need it and extending your help to others when they need it. This is going to help things move along quickly. Now, if you're grappling with control issues, you may not want any assistance. As a matter of fact, you may be resistant to any advice or any suggestions that could help you. And if that's the case, obviously, this week is not going to move as quickly or as enjoyably or easily as it could. Again, the key is working with others as a team. And because you're in the spotlight and there's a lot of charm and magnetism for you this week, make sure that you're not exploiting that and turning that charisma on as a means of gaining your ends. For some of you, something that you were looking for or anticipating or waiting on could be delayed, or maybe, it's not as large of a benefit as you had hoped. But for some of you, this is what it is. It's recognition. There's some type of breakthrough, probably caused through some sudden inspiration or insight of yours. Something you were working on maybe is taking off. You may be even taking off, because this could be a card of travel or something connected to your car. You could have some unexpected visitors or news. But this is also telling you, avoid rushing, avoid any impulsiveness. To be a leader, you have to have mastery over yourself. Now, the third week, you have the Four of Pentacles. So again, we have a card that indicates issues connected to control. You may be trying to hold on tight to something, being very possessive or territorial, or you could be blocking some needed changes, especially if you're not listening to those suggestions that you were getting. You may be protecting what you have. This could be a week where you focus on financial security, gaining some money. There could be a focus on ownership, conservatively investing your money. You could be overly cautious this week, though. This could be a card that connects to fear of change, withholding on an emotional and a financial level. But for some of you, this is the successful establishment of some kind of business enterprise. And maybe you did receive a promotion, and maybe you've gained something because of it. So you may have contact with bankers, with financial institutions, with wealthy people. This is all about managing your resources, whatever those resources are, whether they are material or emotional, whatever it is that provides you a sense of security. Now, some of you, you're holding on too tight. There's a fear. There's a poverty consciousness attached to this card. And maybe there's some problems with the budget, or you don't feel financially secure. Some of you may have even overspent, and you recognize that. And that's easy to do during this holiday season. There could also be a fear of failure or a lack of fulfillment on your part. But any kind of burden that you are feeling or problems that you're encountering are probably due to you pushing too hard, once again, trying to control situations, whether that's to avoid something or to accomplish something. So this week, you need to be careful about keeping a balance, whether you're spending too much or too little, whether that's your emotions, your time, or your material resources. But this is a very good week for you to look into possibilities that will provide you a secure footing, whether that's a new job, a better employment, a promotion, and be very realistic in your approach to dealing with people. And this is going to bring you closer to other people, the people you care about and things that mean the most to you. Now, for some of you, there are financial issues this week, and you are having to pick up the slack for others, and somebody else's problems can suddenly become yours. And so you may have to become responsible for carrying someone. Again, there could be some setbacks at work, on the job, with the government, in school, anything that will cause you to have to come to grips with something and deal with an emotional or medical issue of your own even. So this issue of leadership, using power wisely, control issues, you need to be aware of being excessive in some way. Whether that's excessive self-concern, overly aware of yourself and your objectives, because you won't be able to see things clearly, and it's likely that you're going to put a lot of pressure on yourself or other people and blow something out of proportion. And in the end, you may discover that you were trying to hold on to something that actually wasn't worth it. It was causing you more pain and headache than anything else. And if you had just let go, things would work out a lot better for you. So again, be sure that you're not placing undue burden on yourself. Now, for some of you, this is all about a connection, and withholding affections or trying to control something or maintain and keep things the same. There could be a new relationship in the works, and maybe you're thinking of moving that to the next level. Now, whatever that relationship is, it could be business, it could be romantic, or maybe you are, taking a break from something. Maybe there is a sense of exhilaration because of some opportunity that is presenting. This could also be a week where you may be dealing with Capricorn people, older people, people of authority. But if you are shielding your heart, this could be a week that tells you you need to open up yourself to love. Now, next week, the following week, you have the Fool. So this is a major card. So the month begins on an important note and ends on an important note. This is a situation that is probably beyond your control, but something new is occurring. Now, maybe you are dealing with children, or maybe you're traveling, but this is a fresh start, some new opportunity. There's an important decision in the works, and maybe there's some surprising solution to an issue, or there's some significant and unexpected circumstance that occurs this week. But this is saying that it's time for change. And that's a breath of fresh air for you after last week trying to hold on and maintain the status quo. So you're moving in a new direction. There's a new phase of life, and you're probably going into it with some faith. You're taking a risk. You're going to trust in a higher power. So even if you hadn't planned on it, this is a week where a new chapter of your life is opening up. Now, for some of you, this is all about, it's your birthday and you're moving on. There's a new horizon. But most of you, you're making some headway in a situation, and you can do that by being cautious, not overly cautious, but cautious expansion. This card is about having common sense, being practical, and moving forward on faith, but still using your common sense. So this is going to be a week where you're going to take on more responsibility. You want to make yourself happy. You want to see yourself succeed, and you're willing to do whatever it takes. So this could be a week where you start a new job. Maybe you move. Maybe you make some changes. Maybe you take a trip, start studies again, or start a relationship, end a relationship. Whatever is going to take you into new territory, because you feel renewed and there's a new confidence for you in life. So again, you may be traveling, or you may be meeting some new people, and it's going to be very easy for you to get this ball rolling in a new direction. This is a great time for you to get out there and introduce yourself, establish some connections, renew your acquaintances with people that you've known, and you may very well be in contact with someone who has the power to open some doors for you. Now, for others of you, you're being rash and foolish, and and mostly because you're fooling yourself again. You're deceiving yourself by trying to impress someone, the wrong person, or trying to save people when you can't, or just being impatient and over optimistic. And this could be because there's something that you desire so very much for personal gain or achievement that you become disconnected with the reality of the situation. And also you may become insensitive to what other people need, what they're feeling. So this could be a week about getting in touch with what's real, and could be creating a magical reality. You may be embarking on a new chapter in order to bring a dream or vision to life. This is a week about believing in your dreams, but it's also a week about sorting out the real from the not, to sort out the fiction from the reality. Now, the underlying energy is this Knight of Cups. So this is water energy. This could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and this could be sun, moon, or rising, male or female. So the underlying energy is the coming and going of these emotional matters. There could be visits this month, invitations, proposals, offers, trips. This is the holiday season. So there's a lot going on that touches you on an emotional level. This could be a new relationship. If this is a person that you're dealing with, this is someone who is romantic, possibly artistic or intuitive, creative. This would be someone who is a good listener. They're full of ideas. They may have a spiritual connection. So this is someone who is in touch with service and caring. They're not afraid to share their romantic passion and their feelings. And in fact, they can be obsessed with the object of their desire. So jealousy can be a problem sometimes. So, this control thing, maybe that's an issue. There can be an escapist tendency, and it can be difficult to, look at things on a practical level. But this person is very charming. So this could be a month where you could feel an emotional connection to someone, and it could suddenly rush forward and take off more quickly than you had expected, or you intended or anticipated. But it's also possible that either you or the other person is not really putting it all out there. You're not sharing everything about your affections. So this is a month, creative, emotional, where anything is possible. You could be, really letting your creativity loose. There's opportunities for playfulness, for socializing. This could be the start of something important. But for some of you, there's a lot of fantasizing and inaction. So this is going to be a month that focuses on how well you adapt to situations, your attitude, your moods, how well you're able to deal with the situations, the environment that you're in, what's coming at you, the moods, your moods, the moods of the people around you. And it also ties into your sense of belonging, security, seeking to establish something that is solid, that you can depend on, something reliable and long-lasting. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who've already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. The more you engage with me, the more I enjoy what I'm doing. I hope you have a wonderful holiday and the happiest of birthdays, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.